Good stuff from Mad Toy there, actually taking out the vehicle's wheels, which is going to make it really hard for Abrupt Slayers to actually make it into the circle. You see the area right in front of them going into the circle where Team Secret currently holding is just complete flat land. Execute have decided to play it a little bit slow. We know they've got all vehicles, we know that they're ready for it, but they're still out in the blue. It is the first zone, however, so maybe waiting for a little bit later on. On the opposite side, though, again, it's loops. They actually dropped out and went south, George, around that sort of area of the map, and you can see right now they are in the middle. Patient strategy. Yeah, I know you're like pointing at Execute, and I'm just looking down here at Digital Athletics, who are like literally in quarry. I'm like, okay, guys. And only one of them has a vehicle so far, by the way. Yeah, Abrupt Slayers. I think this is pretty much the run over. They're like, how do you get out of this? Team Secret have effectively beached them out here by getting rid of a lot of the vehicles. I think they have one left, but with a knock there, and players like Rex and U-High holding this down. It's going to be very, very hard. They're actually moving up now
that's
too.
So mean. Are they sending? They're going into the blue.
Yeah, like I said, they're playing aggressive there. I love it. I love it so much.
They are diving in, trying to get the off angle into the U as the rest of the Abrupt Slayers all pile. And at the moment, it looks like we've got 3 players there standing all in that same vehicle. Mad Toy spotted it though. Is he going to be able to land some damage? No, not quite. Over the hill line. And cookies on there to make themselves feel better, but really going to be difficult after that edge guard.
Yeah. Abrupt Slayer's been a little bit like Little Red Riding Hood there, just running away as fast as he can away from the wolves in Team Secret. Gonzo taking some shots over towards Nova SUF. King making it look easy as he just glides across the landscape.
Slides it in home behind the rock, but Black White not so lucky. Does go down to a long-range shot. We're on board with Paraboy right now, and looking to see.
Now we're not.
Looking to see what he can get done. Obviously, this guy was absolutely insane throughout most of the tournaments we've seen him in, but it's just in general the same story as Nova XQF right now. They aren't stepping up to the plate that we'd laid out for them, right? Yeah. They have done very well for a team, but they haven't had that sort of prestige that we were looking for.
Pretty struggle bus of a circle here, to be honest with you, with Stalber still being in. Like a lot of the area towards the north side of the map is just not being used. There's about 20% of the circle in the water at the moment. You've got the fields of Yasnaya, which are taking up a large clump of the circle in the center here. This is a very difficult position to play, John. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to see teams dropping very, very soon, I would imagine.
And not only that, it's a very head-to-head map, right? Because you've got one of the very few rotational paths out on the western side. A lot of teams like to swing out and try and go around a lot of these circles. That is cut off by this river, by this lake that is a massive feature of the northern side of Erangel, which means that you're going to just get this pneumatic piston of a match that's just crunching together.
Yeah.
We might be able to, film a couple of these things and set up a YouTube channel.
Oh, I know, right? It might do fairly well as well. Yeah. See, the rotation I'm currently looking at, just to describe this for you guys, is Digital Athletics, who had to move all the way around Ruins, and now they're making their way over the northern side. You can't see an RQ rotation where you go for that wide swing anymore. I mean, they're in purple, they're rocking the purple mood type of play style all the way from back in Malaysia, but honestly, this just kind of prevents it. As you come up on the west side, you're completely right, John.
Revenge.
Oh,
not quite catching the roll out from Team Secret. Rex gets away from it, but he still has to get over the hill. Shots up top as well. Takes a tickle of damage, but as Rex under fire, trying to serpentine his way around and gets behind the wall. Nicely done, and Abrupt Slayers, they can't catch a break.
Nope, and Mad Toy once again on it. That is a really nice couple of sprays. Next shot comes through, goes off to the north side. Execute was biding their time because they had the Mustache Dave crystal ball in hand. They knew exactly where the circle was going to go. They predicted that like Mystic Dave.
Alex bats out of hell, loops immediately on the vehicles. They send central yet again. These guys, they know how to play these circles, and for some reason they know the entire lay of the land around them as well. Football is taking heavy casualties. Raum falls down, and now it's Road Warriors. 2 knocks finally found as there goes the kill. Hang on a minute, did they jump out and knock themselves? That is really unfortunate. 1 player now standing for the Abrupt Slayers.
It's rough. I mean, in that situation, you jump out of the car before it explodes. You take the knock rather than just insta-dying, right?
That is true. That is true. Seeing what they can find, but in comes U-High, and runs one down, looks for a little bit more, sprays around the edge, finds one, and that's the rest of the damage as well. Nicely found, but Madtoy on the sidelines actually getting peppered by RRQ, who have started to come pretty close to this. Actually, I take that back. They are over towards the river, so a little bit a ways away. Currently dueling with Alpha 7 on this rotate, but everybody's moving around Stauber now.
Yeah, they're trying to get in as fast as possible, execute taking Predator top of the mountain itself. Aerolf Limax heading up towards Kameshki. They know this zone. This is their secondary drop spot. Nova XUF coming in from the eastern side, and once again it is BTR biding their time, trying to get as many points on as possible. They have been the silent killers within all these circles today.
Center of the circle, as I said before, it's Loops. They were just immediately on the ball. It's what we praise them for. It's what Lee talked about being the difference between 4 and, 16-point game in that first entry today. A really, really strong stuff from them. You can see they're currently in 4th place overall at the moment, and Alpha 7 in 6th. And remember, we were tracking those missions, Blank, so they're going to be happy to continue on trucking, to keep on opening up that gap. Currently, Alpha 7 with a 10-point lead over Kanina Power, who are looking to break in that top 6 as well.
Yeah, Alpha have been having some great games today, but Zute and co rock up on top of footballers, so we're having a repeat of the map on Sandhawk, where it's the fight for the hill. Fame boys from underneath, just hiding behind the vehicles, but already a knocks come through onto Solke. Nades are just being tossed over the top. Smokes to try and provide a little bit of cover. Kill switch also down on the floor. Look at all these smokes coming through. It's bare land, and they're trying to make this happen as best as possible.
They're just backing up. They are giving ground. They're not getting pressured by the circle just yet. It will pop pretty soon though, Blank, and
Lutz.
They'll have to figure out how they want to get it done. Up the top of the hill though. What's that? Is it a monster?
No, it's Fame boys. He's getting up there as fast as possible, but he is monstrous himself. Lutz forcing his way down. This is really good from Execute. They realize they have the high ground advantage, so they're just slowly backing up. Found a fantastic position here, which is going to create a lot of problems for Execute, unless Zute hits the turnaround.
Nicely done there to find the shots, and actually that's an isolated player for Power 888. That's going to go down pretty quickly. Now, can Ice capitalize on that and try and trade off a kill here? Because Corpie left in the open is pretty much guaranteed to go down, and in come the shots from the rest of the squad now. Corpie does fall, and they haven't traded it off just yet. A nice pickup there, but Ice out in the open. It's Fate has spotted him now, but gets spotted himself. Gets rattled down by the AKM at close range. Kill switch now, takes up the mantle. Isn't going to find the shot just yet. This is going to give them time, though, for its Fate to crawl back. Hang on a minute, Zute's gone down. Oh, okay, hang on a minute. Now coming into the fray at the back, it's the 4 Angry Men.
And now Power 888 moving up on the side here. Kill switch desperate in this position. Tries to move out with a buggy. Able to hit the evasive maneuvers here and jump out of that fight. Nitro on board.
Disengaging now. Power 888 getting usurped to the top of the hill. And it actually stops to hit the deck. Try and survive a little bit longer. But Lovazin's going down in the meantime as well for Footballist. And you've got Nova XQF coming in the back as well here.
That's a nice nade.
Trying to push on through. They'll have to get to the next zone. Nades start to fly again as we enter yet another nade phase. The bombardment coming through as Nova XQF start to mount.
RQ able to sneak into the circle on the western side. Aerolf Limax here trying to make this last game. Nice position on the northwest, but it's still these fights that are mounting on top of the mountain itself.
Footballist getting pressured so heavily right now. They've got 3 players alive as they do manage to get a res onto 1, so only 1 downed player, but there's some damage sneaking under the UAS. Svan has that SLR, and he's just going to keep that pressure up, finding Lovazin, and that's a kill. Lutz low as well.
Svan showing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, showing them how to play from the ground itself. Great stuff from him. Luce is forced to run away from this fight. Execute able to get a bit further in as Power 888 gives up that fight themselves to try and find a position within the circle. Footballers forced back towards Execute. Like, actually, we would rather take a fight with Execute than 4AM right now. Thank you very much.
And throughout all of this, Bigatron have managed to swing in the south side of the Stalber Mountain, and they are going to take that spot and make it their own, dominating this area of the map. Execute will have to push through them to get to this next circle to have a chance of moving on forwards. Team Secret eliminated.
Bigatron takes them out, nicely done, and now Execute is dropping on top of them. Hasaki from 4AM taking shots onto that side. So many teams in this area, John. What a battlefield this is.
Alpha 7 on the southwestern side, they've taken heavy punishment as well. Flash with 4 angry men on the hillside. Sook has gone down. Make that 2 as Shinhei is soon to follow. Very, very pressured on this forwards position. Svan trying to build it up as Haseki popped to smoke to keep his position safe for now. Ryzen, though, hits the deck, gets the first aid, and more healing soon to come.
First aid kit coming through, but they are outside in the blue right now, and with this being zone 4, it's going to start to hurt a little bit. Trying to pick up the players, trying to pick up the pieces, but they're all over the place, and Bigatron are not giving Svan any chance to do it.
No quarter being given out in the blue, as you say. The nades keep the pressure up, and that might just be the end of Svan. There he goes. Takes a tumble, and Haseki now last player standing for 4 angry men. Ryzen right on the blue. He's ready to go. He actually pushes out, spots ahead, and takes it clean off Ryzen with a final flush onto 4 angry men.
It's just too easy for Bigatron. Remember, 4AM is a team that's closest in terms of skill power, in my opinion, to Bigatron at the moment. Up here at the top as well, Bigatron, RQ, Athena, 4 angry men. These are the top dogs to look at the moment. RQ trying to make their way into the circle as it centers up just on the side of the mountain. This is a really cool finish, John.
Alpha 7 did just get eliminated, which is the chance for Kanina Power to try and push for that 6th position on the tables. There was a 10-point difference at the start of the game. We'll see if that America Super Mission can get completed. Soulk, last player standing for the squad, takes one down, goes for the fight with Kill Switch. He makes it happen. It's Soulk. What you gonna do?
Madness coming out from this guy. Footballist. Damn. Soulk is just an incredible player from this team.
Insane. Nutty. Perfection in the gunplay there at the top of Stalber Hill, but he's not in the next circle and has 2 teams to push through. And blank, they are not easy teams to get down. Here is Power 888 and Bigatron guarding him.
We talked about Power 888 very early in the day today. I was saying how, you know, like Power 888 is not a team that I'm super familiar with. I'm used to a lot of the names here that I can talk about and be like, you know, these guys have been long-standing in the scene. Power 888 kind of came out of nowhere for me, and they've been performing massively. They are a team that I will remember.
Nova XQF right now with Secret Jin on the northwestern side. You've got RRQ who are going to chime into this fight. The Blue Bees and Kanina Power fighting on the south side right now, but we're on board with Loops. They're isolated in a position in the southeastern edge of the circle. They can continue to move forwards, try and use this ridgeline, but Bigatron are contesting for it as well. There's a fight in the northwest that is really starting to pop off though, and RRQ trying to push onto Nova XQF right now. Paraboy falls. King has been downed. G9 very nades over the top, and the 2 players from Nova XQF isolated from Order 6 will not get back up, and Order hailing out in that smoke. Footballists do get eliminated on the northeastern side. That's the northwest for RRQ. They own this area, trying to push in past Secret Gen.
Beautiful stuff coming out from RRQ. This is the team that has been chasing Bigatron throughout the ages, and they continue to do it here. They are just a little bit behind. Currently in the standings of the Super Weekend Week 1, they are 147 to 163 in terms of Kanina Power having a bad time with the Blue Bees hitting some nice shots.
It's actually going to be him going down behind the rock. Low HP, but I think his twin's going to see him safe for now. All 4 of them are still standing blank, and there's only 2 other teams with all 4 players. It's RRQ and Blue Bees right now. South side for Blue Bees.
Blue Bees taking shots onto Loops. Bigatron giving Blue Bees a little bit of a hand here. They have to help take down another team that's downside the hill. This circle today in our angle has been so unfriendly. Don't ask to borrow anything from this swing because it's definitely not going to give it you.
Cup of sugar.
Lufa, what a shot up the hill.
Cup of sugar, make that one sweeter. Unfortunately, not lending it out. The Blue Bees landing the shot to Rise, and Microboy down behind the hill. Microboy and Luxy now, the last 2. Luxy taking a forward position, giving them a spot in the next circle, but Power 888 trying to encroach on that ground with Microboy falling down. He's the last standing for the squad. They'll have to try and push on. With the beat on his position. Not going to be able to land the shots, however.
This will be a really nice game for Blue Bees if they try and take the chicken dinner here, but Cosmos comes off the top side. Digital Athletics very close to this. RQ have been under fire this whole time. 2 players now down. Again, going back to Blue Bees, this will be a nice game for them. Currently, they started this game in 14th. They can try and ladder up, get some more points on board to push into that Super Weekends going forward.
With Kanina Power going down with only 1 point and Alpha 7 with only 1 point as well, that gap will continue to exist. Nova XQF won't be able to catch up that gap as well, so I'm pretty confident in saying if you're an America's player, you're looking pretty good for that super mission, Blank, and hopefully going to be getting those rewards on board unlocked. Nice stuff, but 6 teams remain.
RQ Athena currently leading in kill points with 7, 932 damage done, but it's Secret Jin. These guys did 1,454 with still 1 player. Circle, and you know when you see Team Secret Jin with 1 player, they tend to do pretty well. They tend to get towards the top of the standings.
See how much further they can go. 1 player for Secret Jin, as you say. 1 player for Bigatron remaining. Oh, nades over the top. Luxy, you absolute monster. Playing spoiler there. Ice rocks up and they know where he is. He take the head off.
Just hilarious.
Oh, come off it.
Yeah, just hilarious stuff coming from Luxy. Yes, sure, there were some nade changes, but you don't change the player. This guy is still just as good as before.
Class Digital Athletics on the southwestern edge right now. As Bigatron get eliminated, that's what I said. As soon as you make some noise, Blue Bees take you down. RRQ with 2 players alive. It is only now the Blue Bees with all 4 left standing. Class Digital Athletics fights out from the ridgeline, however, and 1 of those RRQ players go down. Just Beer 11 standing. GZ still trying to hold his own in these final circles. 4 teams remain.
Let's take a quick step back just for a second, John, because Blue Bees, what a fantastic spot they've got for themselves already on the top of the mountain. They've done this so many times before in a wrangle where they really know where the best spot to play is. But Beer 11 in the smoke. Silas must have seen him. That's the flush. That's the finish. RQ now outclassed up to 6 kills. 3 players remain. It will be an incredible job if they can get this done. But once again, that's GZ with Team Secret Jin. That's a top 3 finish right there, baby.
Nicely done, and 4 kills as well. That is a great performance coming out for the squad, but the Blue Bees looking to try and catapult themselves towards those top spots. Top gamers indeed. We'll see what they're looking for here. 4 players alive, 6 kills, and Class Digital Athletics really just trying to get any advantage they can. And in fact, they managed to get 1 player in the circle down south side of it. GZ will have to snake on forwards, but behind that position from Blue Bees, it's going to be difficult to spot it out. Soulless falls, Selim spotted as well. Lufa trying to dodge around the bullets, but it's not going to work for him. Nade bobbles over the top, not quite finishing the job, but Lufa down means think about how they approach this.
Yeah, Silas still up. I want Blue Bees to calm it down a little bit. They have the hillside. Nades still been thrown in. They're trying to keep up that pressure. We know that they like to do this. Lufa, arguably the best player on the team here, trying to crawl back across, get back up. But GZ, he is in the wings, John.
I wonder how many meds he has right now, because he hasn't popped those stims just yet and isn't back up to full health for now. So he's only got 9 bandages, has been spotted out. That will be the end of the run. Now we are in pitched war. Blank 3 versus 4. Both teams with a position in this circle as well. Out in the open, Selim and Soulless, the last bastion of hope here for Class Digital Athletics. Dinner, they've had a phenomenal game nonetheless. 7 kills found already as we take a little breather.
Blue Bees taking no chances. We are finishing this with 4 Suksu with the big guns on board.
Oh dear, he's pulling them out here. M249 suppression. The DP as well from up the hill. Is that the orb as well? It's the double crate warrior right now. Suxy on the off angle. Looking to try and push through. Selim heals it out. Looks for a fight up the hill. Finds it with Lufa. Goes for the 1 versus 1, but takes the 2v1. And that's so many bullets headed your way. That 5.56 will not stop. The rock cannot be rolled. And they will take him down. It is Blue Bees to fight and win in the final game of the first super.
You saw Suksu at the end of there. He had the best in slot regardless what happened. He had the 2 loudest guns possible. And let me tell you, that was one hell of a loud finish for Blue Bees on the final day of the Super Weekend, week 1. Great stuff, and what a way to finish it for them.
Beautiful execution there in the final circles. They were all 4 of them alive. They had a great control around the compound. What we actually saw was that sort of shift, the wipe, the sweep around the northern edge of that circle to just body anyone in their path. And they really, really used their advantage in terms of numbers to leverage those kills. A really, really strong performance, and that's what we say about Blue Bees, right? They have these incredible late game performances. Yeah. It's just sometimes they go down in the midst of things, go down 2 players in these early